Shout out to J&J.
So I just want to send a shout out to J&J Sports for having me once again.
This is, episodes, man. You guys got a real good thing going on.
Well, we just recently spoke about Bam Margera, but we're bringing y'all another fresh Bam Margera update.
Let's do it.
And so he will, after all, be in the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 games, the re-releases. So
Yes, sir.
it's been recently reported that Tony Hawk had forced the hand of Activision, the company behind the famous franchise. So do you think Tony should have the authority to make this decision?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely do. Superstar, and we were just talking about that, James. I feel like all Tony has to do is just, hey, give him a shot. He's in there, and the rest is history. That's Tony Hawk. Nobody's not gonna deny him. So, yeah.
Oh, I definitely agree. And in general, I mean, I don't see why Bam wouldn't have been in the game.
Right.
It's not like he's done anything like outwardly
Criminal
or awful or anything like that.
No killings or anything like that. So, yeah.
He just has his own, struggles, and he's doing a lot better now.
Yes.
So, in general, looking at the games and all of that, Bam being in the game, is this a big win for him and his fans?
Absolutely. This is like the major turnaround for his golden peak up. So yeah, this is a major turnaround, and Jackass is gonna look at that and be like, you know what? Let's get him back now. Since Tony Hawk vouched for him, he's in the game. Let's get our bro back in there.
Yeah, it was a strange situation already, I feel like, because he was already in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, and then there was the news that he wasn't going to be in the game.
Right.
That's just bizarre. Maybe in a way.
Maybe it was a misunderstanding. We don't know. Maybe they made an error.
Or they planned it to get publicity for the game.
Okay,
too,
yeah, you did mention that. That's a good move, you guys, because a lot of people will it's a lot of dialogue like, why is he in the game? This and that. Just to be like, nah, he's gonna be in the next one. So yeah.
And I like some of the stuff you mentioned there about how the appearance could be good for Bam in his career.
Absolutely, yeah. Great turnaround, especially with a skater like Tony Hawk, a positive influence. If he sees something Bam like nobody else is seeing, so they're gonna tap more into Bam. What's going on with Bam? Like, you know what I mean? So yeah.
And, if it wasn't for publicity, instead of making a big deal out of this, they should have just kept him in the game in the first place.
Right, exactly. I felt that way. But this, like I said, publicity is publicity. As long as it's good for him, so that's good. Hopefully he just stays healthy, stays in the right track, and we're going to see him, that Bam Margera we seen back in the day. So
young Bam Margera is back.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I remember we were talking about it because him and Tony Hawk were skating together just a few weeks ago.
Right.
And, obviously that meant something. And
yeah,
I heard that session also helped Tony see how well Bam was doing.
Yeah.
Do you think he's turned it around for good now?
Yeah, I think it's stamped. Like I said, I still would recommend Tony Hawk stay with him, kind of stay in his area, keep him on that good track. He just needs somebody that does that until he's, like, stamped on his own, like he's good. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, and his skating has looked fantastic. I mean, he's doing all sorts of
trick
stuff
flips
that we haven't seen him do in years.
Yeah.
Do you think now we're going to get to see him continue his pro career?
Absolutely. I can see that. And I think he should end it like that, back pro, he basically just wiping the dust off. Like, okay, we back in this thing. So, definitely an OG. Yeah.
Yeah, this is an excellent update, and we wish Bam the best of luck going forward, for
Absolutely.
sure. So, y'all please let us know what you think about that in the comments.
Yes.
And then up
EA
next,
Sports.
coming to y'all live in 2025.